Okay, can you hear me this time, you guys? Okay. I see a little dot. Can you hear me? Oh, yay! I don't know what happened last time. I went into the controls and it wouldn't do anything for me. I didn't do anything this time. I just turned it on and it was working. Technology. Ah. Ah. Okay. Hello, everybody. Well, I know there was a bunch of sales today, so I figured you guys maybe need to do something sale free. And I didn't go to the sales today. I actually was moving rocks all day long. So I got some muscles. We have these flagstone type big old giant rocks. They're about that thick and they're anywhere from 2 feet. No, some of them are 3 feet long and maybe about 2 feet wide. And they're super cool. And what they're doing here in our neighborhood, I live in a very very old neighborhood, like 120 some year old neighborhood, and the city is coming in and putting sidewalks where there's no sidewalks. Well, and that's on the side streets. Well, there used to be sidewalks there, but they were all these big giant stones from, over 100 years ago. So as they're digging the footings for the new sidewalks, they're digging up all these stones. And we saw them doing that and throwing them in the dumpster. And I'm like having a heart attack, and they're going to haul them off to, some landfill or something. So we went over there and we go, hello, can we have a few of those? So they said, sure. So we took our truck over there. We got some, and that was a couple of weeks ago. Threw them out in the yard, and now we have this big pile of all these stones that weigh hundreds of pounds each. And so now we're going, and moving them around. And today was a beautiful, beautiful fall day, and so we were out there, shoveling these little trenches that we're making, so that when we put them down, they'll be flush with the existing lawn. And oh my goodness, I don't know what we got ourselves into. We're way too old for this crazy stuff. But we're having fun. And our dogs are looking for bugs as we dig up the ground and all that kind of good stuff. So it was a good day today. I'm tired. And you know me, when I get tired, I got to play. Oh, I got to clean off all the dust off my eyes too. Okay. So this is what I'm doing. I'm not sure what I'm really doing, but you guys get to help me. You get to figure this out with me. I have this old album, which is really, really bad. There's no saving it. I don't want to save it, not for its original intended use. It's like, this used to be velvet. There is no velvet at all left. Just, you can barely see the word album. And that's because it didn't fade off as quickly as the rest. And it's so thin that I could probably tear it with my fingers. Okay. Just so for those of you diehards out there saying, no, no, no. Okay. Never mind. We're going to do it. We're going in. All right. And, I wish I could remember the name of this lady. This was before I was really into junk journaling. So you guys may know who I'm talking about. You can say her name. I don't remember her name. She does classes and she lives in Los Angeles. And the only kind of classes she does are like junk journals. I've never seen her do a regular video on YouTube. I honestly don't know how I found her. I ended up going from one thing to another and found a link to her website. And on her website, she had videos on there that basically promote her classes. And About maybe a couple of months ago or so, I tried crazy trying to find her. I found her, um, got all excited and looked at the videos again because it was like, seeing it with a whole new eye now that, I make journals. And I thought, oh, that is so cool. I saved her, I saved it, and now I can't find where I saved it. You know how that goes. You save stuff to your computer and then you can't find it. So, anyway, so I still don't know who she is. I'll find it somewhere in my computer. And like I said, you guys may know who she is. But in one of her, what I'm getting at, one of her videos, like I said, I'm looking at it with a fresh new eye. And one of her cool, just junk journals that she made is made from one of these that looks about as bad as this. And what she did is she took all this stuff out, and then she got some different kinds of fabrics, and she put multiple she did two different ones. One of them she showed has multiple fabrics, and then one of them, I guess she was just trying to hold the binding together or something, and she just put some strips across this way and this way, and then she just made her little funky journals that she makes. And it was so cool. And I said, I can do that. I got funky stuff at my house, you know. I got stuff falling apart. And so, so I have the technology, I have the stuff, and I have her inspiration. So, I see Mary's there. Mary, don't have a conniption fit. This thing is falling apart. I know Mary, she loves all these things, and she's like the caretaker of these things. So try not to look, okay, Mary? Anyway, so just so she can feel a little bit better, I'll show Mary the inside so she can feel good that I'm doing something with it instead of going to a landfill. All right. All right. Oh, now, no, good. She's got plans for me. She said it's okay to put fabric is okay to gesso on. Okay, good. I have Mary's blessing. I feel better already. My blood pressure has gone down. All right, so you can see these are, in super duper bad shape. I'll take, well, let me backtrack. I'm going to take out some, and I think I might leave in a couple and maybe try a little something. I'm not sure yet. I don't know. I don't have any plans. I'm doing this along with you guys, so I'm letting you see, I'm letting you help me plan this all out, in other words. So I obviously, if I leave some, I obviously have to take half of them out to give me room for my pages for the junk journal. Ooh, I got the pictures out too. Don't look, Mary. Close your eyes. This is, I think there was just 2 pages in here that, yeah, that one, and this was the only one that had pictures. Yeah. Nothing else has it. Mary's giving me her blessings. Boy, she sure changed her tune from last time when I was doing stuff. Oh, I guess because it's just fabric. That's right. She's the caretaker of the other ones. I forgot. Okay, it's becoming a lot clearer to me now. Mary does not care a hill of beans what I do with the fabric covers. I gotcha. She changed her tune. I like that, Mary. You're very progressive. You're progressive. Okay. Well, these will be fun to play with. Put those over here. Oh, yes. Don't say that word. Shh, Darla, don't say nothing. It'll get her upset. All right. So before I figure out what I'm exactly going to do in here, because that'll take some thinking, exactly. Ooh, how weird. This is like twice as thick as some of. They're all different. Wait, is those 2 of them? No. Nope, it's just one, but it feels twice as thick. Okay, never mind. I digress. All right, so I need to choose kind of sort of the colors that we're going to work with. Now, I brought just a few samples. This one is an upholstery sample fabric, but I think it's kind of cool because it's got a lot of different colors. It's, I don't know, I just think it's kind of cool. So that's like, that would be kind of sort of one option to cover it with something like that. I think it's pretty. It almost looks kind of, you know, time period, right? Okay, so there's an option. And this is sort of like a, I don't know if it's a velvet or a velour, but it feels pretty yummy. All right, so we have that one. And this is from a tablecloth. I was racking my brain of who I got this from. For some reason, I keep thinking Michelle, but I could be wrong. But, you know, think junk journal now, not album. And that might be kind of cool. Okay. I just had a workshop here, and one of my lovely ladies brought me this. And I thought, wouldn't that be kind of cool to put that on there? And then, you know, put a different, obviously different piece in the back. And that would give it a whole other more kind of lively, youthful kind of, has a Carla look to it, you know. That's an option. And I know these purples always look blue, but this is a beautiful eggplant purple and some gold. And I thought, I don't know which way is which. I think this is the right way, but I think I like the wrong way better. And then I think that's pretty too. So, you know, I think, you know, just standalone, I like them all. You know, they all obviously give it a whole different look. And, you know, hi, Dorinda. And everybody else I haven't said hi to because I've been looking here. So anyway, I'm up for suggestions because I thought, you know, when we'll start this from the beginning. I mean, I don't think I'll get it done tonight, but I just figured it'd be kind of like a journal that we, you know, put together. You know, everybody's different kind of ideas. And that way, if you find an old rickety one, it might inspire you to, you know, if it's cheap, inspire you to say, instead of just looking at it and go, well, what am I going to do with that? It's falling apart. It's kind of ugly. Sure, it's kind of cool. It's old. But what the heck am I going to do with it? Well, this is what we're going to do. So okay, now I'll start reading. So if you've already given your thoughts, you're going to have to repeat yourself. What are your thoughts? What are you thinking? Hey, Laura. Hi, Luz. Oh, Jennifer's leaving for dinner. We'll still be when you get back. Hey, Carla. Michelle says purple. Have we only got one vote so far? Oh, my goodness. The first and the last. First. I guess you guys are going toward the vintage look so far. Yeah, Laurel, I wasn't even going to ask. I knew. Uh-oh, we're getting quite a few. Oh, I can see it's gonna be half and half. It's a close. You guys aren't going for the cutesy look. Okay, so let's just forget the cutesy look. We're gonna go with the authentic look more so. I'm guessing, not guessing, it's obvious. Okay, let's wrap this up. I already know that much. Yeah, this one is. It was hand done by somebody. That's the back side. I actually like the back side too. I guess that's what you call French knots. Just big giant, just giant ones. Chenille, no, that's not chenille. This is just regular old cotton and then some French knots. That's the back side. It does look pretty cool though. I guess we could fool people and tell them it's chenille, but unfortunately it's not. Okay, let me fold this one up. we woke up Laurel. She just heard purple and boing. She is there. All right. So let me put these to a side. Did any of you guys remember or know who I'm talking about? That lady? Yeah, Carla, it is. It's more, but you know the one that she made, the lady of no name, so far. What she did, it was very it reminded me of one of your journals, inside and out. As that look, that feel, something like between yours and Jessica's look. Um, but it's killing me what her name is. It's driving me nuts. Oh, something. I'm getting a flash, not a hot flash. Darla, look up LA. LA. It's a blog. Just look up Junk Journal Tutorial LA dot something. For some reason, it's not her name, but that's what is messing me up. Her studio and her blog post and everything isn't her name, and so that's why I can't remember her name at all. But it's something like that. No, it's not Laura. No, it's not her. I don't think so. No. Oh dear. I don't think so. No, because Laura has videos, right, on YouTube. This lady doesn't. At least I couldn't find any. Okay, thanks, Darla. Okay, so I guess it was half and half. This fabric. Would it look too stupid if we did half and half? Probably would, huh? It wouldn't look right, would it? Would it? Well, it wouldn't look too bad like that. It wouldn't look like totally crazy because it does kind of go if we went with the edge of that. Or vice versa, put this in the front and put the other one in the back. This is a junk journal, or it's going to be. I'll go by what you guys say. This together. All right. So we could put this in the front or the other way. I'm not sure which way I like the most. And then in the spine, we could get this edge that doesn't have any color so it wouldn't look too crazy from one side to the other. And put that like that so that it looks kind of, doesn't look crazy, in other words. And then put this in the back. So you don't really see either fabric, the print part, together. In other words, is what I'm trying to say. Uh-oh, we already say no. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm glad I asked. Nobody would have liked my journal. I would have been so deflated. Okay, so we're not doing both. So we're going to have to vote. We're just going to go and pretend we're doing an auction. And instead of an auction, we're choosing which fabric. So hold on. Let's do it the right way. Don't vote no more. Stop voting. We're going to vote together. We're going to do it the right way. Okay, hold on. Just a minute. Just a minute. Just a minute. Okay. I haven't watched all these sales for nothing. I know how to keep you ladies organized. The only thing you guys understand is A and B. Go. And only vote on one. Don't get all, I like them both. Hey, Peggy. Uh-oh. Who's counting? Did anybody count? Only not 8Bs. Okay, so far it's A. So far it's A. Is that what we're saying? I'm shocked. I mean, I like either one. I don't care. I really am kind of partial to this one myself. I'm so happy we all kind of, think alike. Yeah, it does look kind of earthy. Oops. You can see that was a sample piece, right? Okay, so Kathy's B. B is next week. Yeah. Tune in for part B. Well, someone suggested maybe putting some of this inside. We'll see if it doesn't get too thick. Maybe we'll do that on the, I don't know. You never know. Maybe a pocket or who knows? Because I honestly don't know what I'm doing in here. All right. So poor Deb. She's not feeling any of them. That's funny. I like that. I'm not feeling them. Okay, well, maybe when it's done, you'll feel a little bit better. Hi, Tanya. Yes, that's her, Darla. Hello. I knew Darla would find her. Okay, so all of you know that my inspiration is Mary Ann Moss. There you go. I don't know if you ladies have heard of her or not, but she does really cool stuff. But she's not out there like, the regular YouTuber and on Facebook stuff. She doesn't do that kind of stuff. So if you don't know her from her website, you probably don't know her. But she's really cool. I love the stuff she does. Oh, it's past your bedtime, Deb. Oh, that's why she's not feeling anything. There you go. Thank you. Oh, boy, the only thing I remembered was from LA. Dispatch from LA. Okay. Close, but no banana. Okay. Oh, 3:00. Oh, you're just getting like the vibe to start working on fun stuff. At least that's when I start getting excited about doing something. I might have to send you a little piece, Laurel, so you can not, feel so bad about the whole situation. While we're working on this, you can be, patting on the purple. Okay, let me fold this up. Let's get this stuff out of the way so we can figure out what we're doing. All right, fold this up. Try and stay halfway organized. Yeah, right. Okay. Audible. Animal? Did you mean an animal? Audible animal? Oh, you like the grommet too? Yeah, we could hack something from it. Where? Let me see. Let's see where we could put that. Maybe up here somewhere. Let's see where it lands. I think there's two on here, or is it just one? Hold on. Let me take this off of here. I think I got this from. Didn't I get this from Luce? All right, Luce, do you hear? Did I get this from you, Luce? I thought so. Oh dear. See, my issue I have is when I buy stuff, because I have so much junk, and to stay organized, I put like things together. So once my package comes, everything gets separated out of the package and put away. So my fabrics go there with a certain color and, so on and so forth. Loose. I think I actually did because you had several pieces, that were the samples. And I'm pretty sure I got this from you because you said, Rosemary, this looks like you. And I think you were right. Okay. Well, anyway, I'll thank you anyway, Luce. Good idea. Good idea to think of me. Well, that's not going to work that way. And that doesn't give it enough room. Well, almost enough room right there. Unless I put it on the corner. Let's see if it wraps around. Because now that we're using one fabric, the way I use the fabric, it's got to fit all the way around. Okay, so that works like that. And that could go on a corner. How does that look? Ooh, but that's so pretty. We're missing out on that whole big piece. Okay, now that's pretty. But then look what we're missing out on. This pretty piece too. That's what happens when you got a really pretty piece. And then up here is another one of those pretty pieces. So, okay, here's another option. We could find a pretty piece, cut this out, and just put it somewhere. And not worry the position of that in relationship to the part of the fabric that we actually use. Oh, wait, this might look kind of cool down the bottom. Hold the phone. Okay, so if we put that back like that, that would be there. That's not so bad. What do you guys think? We can ditch the grommet. Most definitely. But someone thought it was kind of cool, so I thought, yeah, I think it is. See, I'm so easily influenced by you guys. The grommet does not have to be there, but it was looking pretty cool. All right, so if we go grommet free, let's see. That's kind of cool. I see I'm going to have to get another A, B, and C pretty quick. All right. So this is definitely one look. That's one look. I tell you, we're doing this together, but it's the last thing I do. Okay, that, don't vote yet. No voting. Hold the horses. Okay, so that is a big leaf look. This, where was that other one that was kind of cool? That almost looks like a strawberry to me. I don't know why. So that's going to be a B. Oh, don't vote. That's that. I like. I like that, but that includes the grommet. But I do like that that piece a lot too, because that's pretty. There's only one of those that has that type of a leaf. So that would be, ow! That wasn't fun. Just grab a needle. Okay. So this will be C. And there was one more I saw. Hold on. I think we're going to have 4 choices. And remember, you can only vote for one. Don't get sneaky. All right. Where was that other one? That was kind of cool. Oh, this one. I liked how that looked. But how did I forget how I did that one? I think. Kind of cool too. Watch the needles. Okay, that'll be deep. I think that's about the most different they have. Okay, so we'll go over each one and hope I can remember which way it was going. All right. Okay, look very closely. This is, whoops, let me get in frame here. This is B. It's got some pretty leaves and some flowers and some pretty stuff. Okay, so that's B. Remember, we're only going once. That's D, not B. D. Let's go back to A. Okay, A has this flower. Has kind of a leaf and a flower and a something. Okay, so that's A. And the B has the one that I think looks like a strawberry. The strawberry. And D. And I know, ladies, you're saying some are ABC. Some are up and some are down. I realize that, but it's the only way I can make them be in the front. Because if I turn them right side, they're not in the front anymore. They're in the back, if you know what I mean. So work with me. All right. So do we need to go over them all over again? Uh-oh. What was C? Hold on. No problem. C was that big leaf. Well, I call it a big leaf. This one right here. And it ended up having the grommet on it, on the spine, basically. Somebody better be counting who's on first. Okay, for you latecomers. One more time. Only vote once, you guys. Don't be cheaters now. Don't do your favorites. A has this leaf. A. B has the strawberry. I call it the strawberry. C has this different leaf. And the grommet. And D is the one that irritates you guys because it's upside down. All right. Who's counting? Uh-oh. Did anybody count? Am I going to have to go back and count all this? You guys, come on, tell me. Who? Oh, you're still voting? Okay. Oh, we have a lot of people here. I didn't even notice how many were here. Okay. I think I'm going to have to like. I know what I'll do. I won't use this because I might mark up my fabric. Okay, once everybody stops voting, I'll go up and we'll are we done? You think A1? Okay, let's go up. Don't stop writing anything so I can scroll up and not like go crazy. Yikes, how far did we go back? Oh, I'm on the wrong A and B. All right. I went too far back, no wonder. My scroller. Okay. So we have alrighty. So you guys can count if you want, but I'm going to do it this way. I'm just going to put a little mark by the letter and see. I have a B, an A, a B. Excuse me. Let me scroll. Let me keep scrolling. Another A, another B, another A. I have a C, an A, another C, another A, a B. Let me see. A D. Oh, of course. Michelle had to be different. Uh-oh, Lou said 2, so I'm going to go her first vote was an A. Another A. Another C. Another D. Another A. Another A. Another C. Another C. And then, oh, Laura really likes the C. Okay. There's another C, another C. Hey, who wanted E? I guess it means they don't like any of them. Okay. That's funny. That's real funny. B, C, another A. Whoops. Hey, hold on. That was another A, and then another A. Oops. Another A. I think, yeah, I think you guys are right. I think A1. C, Q. Oh my gosh. A. Oh, she already voted. Luz, how many times are you going to vote? C. Okay. Okay, we only have 2 for D. We have 6 for B. And oh no. It looks like A and C both have 10. So A and C, it ties for A and C. All right. So then I'll see which one I like best from A and C. B and D, bite the dust. Bye-bye. And okay. So A was this big piece here. Yeah, I like both of them. Oh dear, I like them both too. That's really pretty. This is my favorite, but most of it is going to end up being used up, going and being tucked around, and you're only going to end up seeing maybe half of that. And the beauty of that leaf and the way it turns, it's all going to be lost. So having said that, I guess we're going with A because I can center this one but a little bit easier. Okay, we're doing A, ladies. Hope I remember that. I'll leave that there so I don't forget. Okay. Now, we've got that picked. So now we have to figure out, oh, I got an itch in my back. I think a mosquito bit me because at the very end when we were working out there, the sun was starting to, kind of set. And I think the mosquitoes and mosquitoes love me. They just absolutely love me. All right, so now I have to figure out how many of these I'm going to keep. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoops. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 in here. Carly, did you happen to see the journal she made with this when you went to her website? I mean, yeah, her website. All right. Now, what's cool about these is because this is some kind of a really heavy duty, like a cloth tape stuff. I think I could, I think I'd be able to sew in there. I mean, because after all these years, it has not fallen apart. If you notice, whenever you get a hold of these journals, everything else might be torn apart, but this cloth here is never torn apart. With all of the abuse these things get, it's always intact. All right. So let me see. What are you guys saying? Thank you, Mary. Hi, Arlene. All right. So I just got to figure out how many I'm going to take out of here. Now the ones in the back are really loose from the spine. So for sure these have to come out because they're not even stuck to the spine at all. These at least are still stuck to the spine. So that makes that part right there easy. Let's get this out first. And then that might help us make decisions about what we're going to do with the rest. Let me... Because, you know, sometimes these things make the decisions for you once you start tearing them apart. So this stuff's so tough, it's even after how old this is, it's even hard to cut with this. All right. Yay! See how that was, woo, not too good. This is still at least stuck together. Yay! Well, that was easy. You know we'll play with this somehow, but not now. All right. This can't stay. It's just falling apart. That's why I was telling you, this thing is falling apart. Hey, Kathy, this looks like the stuff you brought over the other day. And I never did leave the house. I haven't gone to go see if my Dollar Tree has that stuff. Believe it or not, I have not left the house. I can't believe it. I haven't left the house in holy moly, in probably like 11 days. That's a record for me. That is a total record. Okay. See, because this is getting ready to tear too. So it only had if you were to, you know, do anything with this book, its life was over already. All right. So that is out completely. So obviously, you know, there's plenty of room here in the binding for us to put, you know, whatever kind of stuff material we're going to put for the journal. Now we just have to decide if we're going to keep any of these, and if we do, what are we going to do with them? Because we're not going to use them the way they're intended, because that's not the way I intend to have this book used. So we have to think of something clever that we might be able to do with these that have nothing to do with the pictures. I just keep turning the pages hoping I'll get like a flash. Hi, Maria. Well, we'll get real boring, and that'll get you sleepy so you can go to bed. We'll bore you to sleep. For some reason, and I'm not really sure how to make them yet, but for some reason I saw putting something, like a piece of cardboard or something, to cover up the back, and then making some kind of like a little pouch to put stuff in, um, like the kinds of things that you would use to work on the junk journal part. But we wouldn't need this many. Like if we just had maybe like 3 of those, and then we created some kind of a pocket or a pouch if it was out of fabric, or I don't know yet. I'm just talking. What do you guys think? Or like I have that other book that I did where I put the little gussets here, like we put something to cover this up and then have the little gussets, and then that could open up and you could put your stuff in there. Because this is, kind of wide right there. It isn't like they're glued up real close to each other. That would work too. That's a little option. I'll show you what I mean in case you haven't seen how I have my other little thing. Of course, it wouldn't be chunky like this, so don't get scared. But but if we took 2 of these frame things, like say this is one and that's the other, and then let me get it in frame here, and put like a gusset there, and then maybe even made a little something that closed it with something, I don't know what, either fabric or paper, or I don't know. I haven't gotten that far. But so let's say we took 2 of these and on the ends put some gussets with some fabric or paper or something, and then that would become little places of storage. Say this is one, and then it would be separate or together. I think it would be separate, so you could decorate here and decorate there, and then these 2 would be another little filing kind of pocket thingamajigger. 2 might actually be enough. And if 2 are enough, then the rest of these could come out, and then all this would be journal. What do you guys say? What do you say? What do you say? Mary, I have no die cuts at all. Zippo. So I have to work with something else. But anyway, I think that would look kind of cute. And so I guess what I'm asking you is, if you're following the concept, do you think these 2 separate ones are enough? Because we have enough to make one more. Oh, wait. Yeah, we do. That would be 3. I have enough to make 3 of those. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. 3. So I guess it's a matter of, do we think 2 is enough and we want more space for pages? Or, because if we took these off, we would have, let me see, how much spine do we have to work with if we took that off? If we took the back 2 off, we would have enough for an inch spine. And when you're doing a journal, an inch spine is plenty. It doesn't sound like that much, but it's plenty. That's if we took this off. If we left it on, then we'd have about 3/4 of an inch for the spine for all of our papers, for our signatures, I should say. So, Let me see. Oh, Lucy, you like the shadow? Yeah, I like that too. Two's enough, Laura says. You know, I'm kind of funny. I do one thing and then it's almost like, okay, done that. Next. Even if I like it a lot, like that I really, really like a lot. Another thing I have never done again, which I really want to do, was I forgot what I called it. It was the theme was Africa, but the techniques I used wasn't African. They were Asian techniques I used as far as folding fabrics and stuff and the way it opened and everything. I think it's my all-time favorite journal I've ever made. I only made one. And I haven't made another one. It's just kind of I'm weird that way. You'd think if I liked something, I just keep repeating it, you know. But I don't know. I guess I'm strange, or I get bored. Maybe I'm done and I'm bored and I want to do something different. Okay. Um, you could cut a bottom window under one. Huh? I'm not sure what that means. Okay, well, I'm thinking two's plenty also because, you know, what's the use of having a lot of space that carries a lot of your supplies when you're not going to have enough pages to use your supplies on. Right, right, right. Okay, we made a decision. We're just going to use two. Done. I know, Mary, a small window, but I'm not sure what you mean. Oh, forget the Coptic, Darla. Did she leave some of these in there? I never even noticed. Ooh, there's a picture. If I click on that, am I gonna knock myself out? I wish they let us put pictures. Yeah, Lucy. She's Mary. Where I saw that she used one of these was Mary Ann Moss, and but it's been a long time since I saw it, and I couldn't remember if she used any of this stuff inside or not. Did she? Right click. If I right click her. Okay. If I lose you guys, it's Darla's fault. Oh yeah, open in a new window. Hello, that works. Okay. Oh. Oh yeah, she did leave some. Oh, how cool. Okay, we're on the right track. Oh, and then she put stuff in between. Very cool. Oh. Does she show the front cover? I don't see the front cover yet. Or did I miss it? Oh, oh, that's cool. Right click, everybody. I still can't find the oh, there. Oh no, don't let Mary see what the cover is. Oh my goodness. Don't even let Mary look at it. Yep, it's at the very end. That is so funny. Oh, that's funny. Mary, did you see the end? Do you see what she did that to? And what she put a bunch of fabric on? Oh dear. Yes, go all the way down to the end of all those pictures and look what she made that journal out of. Mary's gonna have a hissy fit. Oh, it's funny. Okay, well now I have to look at this all differently now that I saw the inside of that book. I'm so glad you found that, Carla, in one way. In one way, I'm very happy you found that. In another way, okay, so what she did, she took this whole thing apart and did a Coptic stitch. Well, I don't do Coptic very well. I don't do it at all. I make it my own and fake it. So, now I got to make the decision. Am I going to open up the spine like she did, or am I going to leave the spine? Oh dear, all these decisions. I mean, if I leave the spine, I have to reinforce it in the front and inside because it's ready to tear. Either way, I'm going to have to practically build it from scratch. Yeah, I saw that. She did a lot of hinging. I'm a hinger myself. I love doing that. I like doing it with fabrics. Oh man, it's just, she's giving me too much inspiration because she did use a lot of these, but they're like one in each signature as opposed to using them in the front. And then she put papers inside. But hers looked like they were a little more reinforced than these, but that's okay. I have the fake vintage tape, so that's not a problem. So if we were to, let me get a piece of, so if I get like a piece of, oh, these aren't open. I can't do it that way. I got to slide it in that way. Oh, man, then it tears it all up. Yeah. Because when you go to put something, because these are so brittle, if I had like a piece of cardstock to put in here in the center, all of this is going to tear. I already know that. And then the only other way to do it is just put a piece of cardstock like that and then decorate all that. And then you have that to work with there. If I want to use it as a page as opposed to a pocket. See, those of you that don't sell journals, now you know why people charge so much for journals. I mean, if they make a unique journal, if they're just making the same old, same old, then it goes pretty quick. But if you're designing a journal from scratch, at least me, it takes me forever. Because I get ideas and then you do it, and then when you look at it, then it gives you a different idea. And so whatever you thought you were going to do to begin with isn't necessarily what you end up doing. So now I don't know. Mary, I don't need any more ideas. Thank you. Now she goes into stained glass windows. You make them, Mary, to fit, and then you mail them to me, and I'll just slide them in there. They'll look so pretty. You can do it with all your little gold and your black, and it will look so pretty. Now, it would look kind of cool in here is that, what do you call it? Like embossed wallpaper would look pretty cool in here, I think. I don't know why I said that. I think because I have a piece over in my table over here, and it just made me think of it. Where did he go? I thought I had a piece. Well, I thought I had a piece. I guess one of the ladies used it from the workshop. Here's handmade paper. To cut a piece and stick it in there. But let me get some of that wallpaper I'm talking about. I know I have some over here somewhere. Yep. And that's if we're gonna stay like in the antique kind of theme. I don't know if you can see that. That's pretty. And the way she did it, if you did something like that, then you could have stuff like glued on here that you could open up like this or open up like that. That might look kind of cool, actually. Have a whole piece of something. Like if you had that there, and then I had a piece here, and then put a hinge here and opened up like that, or up, or something. That would be kind of cool. I can see this journal is going to take a lot longer than I thought. This is not happening tonight. We're only going to get ideas tonight. Oh, well, I kind of like that too. Oh gosh, now I tell you, look at that. She wants to create so much work. Now Mary wants a window in the flip. Peekaboo, peekaboo. I might have to put acetate on there too and create another stained glass. Woohoo. So you put an image. Oh, here we go. Hold on. I know you'll approve of this, Mary. So you put that back on there, and you cut the hole here. So you can see the little girl, and then right, Mary? Am I getting your idea? Am I getting the drift? Bamboo. Wait a minute, I missed something here. Take fabric with bamboo spruce to create a roll-up shade. Now I got a roll-up shade. Holy moly. Okay, I'll show you. Where's my journal I just did? Where did that go? No, I don't want to use that. Where did you go? Where did you go? I have too much stuff. Oh, it's glued down. I can't use it. But anyway. It's already glued that down. But that could be on there, you know, like one of my prints, and put the little roll-up thingamajigger. Huh? Maybe. Maybe. Okay. So I think we kind of all kind of know in the general direction. This journal has already morphed from when we started it to, like, in my mind, a whole different kind of direction, which is a fun direction. I like it. So now that I think we kind of all know kind of sort of where it's going. Let's go back to one of my original questions again, and that is, should we just take these all out and put these in as a page in a signature as you would any other page in a signature, as opposed to leaving them intact in the album? Because right now they're still part of the album. And the more I'm thinking, I'm thinking that maybe we should just remove them all and use them as a page. What do you guys think? Ooh, rusty hinges. I like how you think. Ooh. Let me know what you think about this, and I'm going to go get some of my rest. Oh my goodness, we've already been here over an hour. What have we gotten accomplished? Okay, let me find something that doesn't necessarily have a shape, but is rusty nonetheless. Well, oh, it looks like in this one everything has a shape. I got the wrong box. I think I got the wrong box. Hold on. Yeah, that's okay. We'll just pretend it's not a shape. Let me move this pan. That's the pan I was using for soldering yesterday or day before, or whenever it was I was doing. This almost looks a little bit like a hinge already. I should just get some hinges and go rest the hinges and print those. And it'll be a real rusty hinge. A real hinge. That's what I should do. I do have some hinges that have been resting for like about 2 months. I don't know. I'll have. Oops, that doesn't have. That still has paper. And you ladies that are patiently waiting for my what do you call it? For my Silk Road stuff. I got some new stuff. I'm so excited. It's going to be added. I don't know if it's going to be separate or in one of the bundles. It might have to be separate because then the bundles are going to get too expensive, and I don't want to do that. I want them affordable. So, okay. So, all right. So I guess the question is, okay. All right. So I think guess the compromise is maybe to leave. Let's do it this way. Let's leave these two in the front, and I'm going to try and fix up the first one to look like it should look, to give it a little authentic look. And then wonga wonga, you know, everything's going to be kind of different once we get in there. All right. So maybe I'll do this one to look like it should look. And then maybe somewhere in the middle, well, and the second thing we have to decide is, are we starting all the pages from scratch and not using any of the existing spine, basically? Like, are we just using the covers? And it won't make any difference in the long run, because if we get rid of the spine and create a new spine, this fabric is going to be covering up the existing spine anyway. So if we make it wider and create a whole new spine and cover it with the fabric, it's really not going to change the finished look from what it's going to look like with or without the original spine, if that makes any coherent sense. In other words, it isn't like you're going to be seeing that spine. It's going to be covered either way. So with that in mind, all right, so I guess the consensus is to leave some of the pieces parts, which I agree. Hold on, guys. My dogs are going crazy outside, and I really hope it isn't a skunk. It's that time of year. Talk among yourselves. I got to see what those little guys are up to. Hey guys, what are you doing? I'll be back. I got to get my husband to get these dogs in. Okay. Sorry about that. Our Rottweiler, she has hip problems, and if she goes out there and like continuously tries to dig around the foundation of my house trying to get some kind of an animal, she's going to hurt herself. And she's not going to mind me, so I had to go get my husband. Get the dog! Bring the hounds into the house! Bring the hounds in! Anyway. So she's going to be very sore. Because she like goes full on, and then she's all tired after she does that. Hey, Aaron. Okay. Now that I've completely confused myself, we're leaving. Help me out here. We're going to leave at least 2 here. And then, yeah. Oh, we already decided that. We're trying to figure out, at least I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to, oh dear. I don't know. I guess. I don't know why this is so hard for me to decide. I hate when I get stuck on something. You get on a roll and then something stops you dead in the tracks. Okay, I think for sure I'm going to take out these last 2 to give more room, which leaves us with the 4 in the front. So let's make that decision first, which I've made. and then see where that leaves us. Okay. I don't remember where I put the other ones. Okay. Oh, I'm glad that decision's over. Which leaves us a nice spine to work with. Whoops. It gives us a good inch. And that's a nice size spine. Okay, I'm happy. I'm happy. All right. And then I got to take this off, and hopefully I can get it back on when I redo it. I hope I can, because it's only got one little doohickey there. How come there's only one thing holding that in? It's kind of odd. Oh well, let me get to that. All right. So we still got the A in there. Let me put that in there so I don't forget what we chose. Get this out of the way. Okay, so now we got to decide what kind of papers we're going to use in here. So I want to get kind of sort of the whole look before I start assembling it. Because, you know, once we start talking about it, it changes. So I'm going to do one picture here I'm going to try and fix this up to look original. That's a given right there. Um, and then I might put some pictures. I might end up putting some pictures in most of these, but then putting all the flips and the flaps and all that kind of stuff. So I think that'll work out pretty good. Uh-oh. I see pictures. What are those pictures too? The same ones we looked at or some other ones? Let me look. New window. Oh yeah, those are the ones that Darla put up. So let me look at it again for inspiration. All right, she uses a lot of the stuff I like. She's got the wallpaper. You can see she's got file folders, mixed media paper. She goes hinge crazy like me. I like that. But obviously her journal has no old look to it. It's just, it's just a junk journal. So so I guess the question for us is, are we just going to turn this into a junk journal, or are we going to create an old feel to it, and then all the stuff we put into it have an old feel to it? I guess that's really the question. Mm-hmm. I'm reading. I'm sorry. I'm quiet because I'm reading. It's hard for me to read in. Lucy, I've lost journals that way. When I very first got into all this kind of stuff, we did those. What's the name? I already forgot the name of those journals. But anyway, you make a journal, and you've got maybe 5, 6 people on a list, and it goes in a circle, round robin. I've done that. I can't even tell you what I've lost doing that. The idea of it appeals to me so much, and I think it's such a beautiful idea, but it stinks because inevitably there's somebody that ruins it for everybody. And I had one going, and it was at one person's, next to the last person, and that next to the last person flaked, and I never ever got. And it was, they would post pictures along the way. It was gorgeous, the artwork they were doing and the things they were doing on the pages, and then never got it. And not to mention, every time you get it, and this was international, you have to pay postage. I even forget how much money I had into mailing everybody's that I got back to them, and then you end up with nothing. It's so discouraging. Let's see. It looks like people are saying they like the old look. Am I keeping or selling it? It's fun. I love making journals, but then the only kind of journals I keep for myself are not what I would call real journals. They're just glue books. I make glue books. I love doing glue books. And so that's about the only thing that appeals to me to actually really do. Um, And then all the other journals that I enjoy making, I end up selling them. Or people contact me and say, hey, I saw you make blah, blah, blah. And that's usually what ends up happening. Well, see, Mary, the one that got lost completely was a design team. It was an international design team for a big company. And so kind of in a way, the company was the sponsor, and these were people that had been handpicked by the company. So I foolishly put my trust and confidence in the company that the people they had on their team, because it wasn't just a private person that had a design team. This was a company design team. And so I foolishly thought that made a difference. It doesn't. It makes no difference. There's flakes everywhere. And even in my Facebook group where, I arrange all of these swaps, there's been a few, very rare, but there's been a few occasions where the person has been in my group for like 5 years. How old is my group? I think my group's 5 years old. They've been there from the beginning. I would vouch for them 100%. They've never not completed a swap. And then just something happens. I don't know what. And they just turn into a flake of some kind. I don't get it. If it had been illness or they had, something, you would think they would contact me and say, oh, my circumstances have changed. I'm just not going to be able to do this. I get that. All of our circumstances change. And that would be the end of it. I just get somebody else and, whatever. But sometimes people you think you don't. The page thing would be much better. Carla, what does that mean? That I just create pages out of these as opposed to pockets? If that's what you're saying, I agree. It was a fleeting thought. I think the thought just is gone. Yeah, I've moved on from that, I think. So for it to look halfway still like an album, I'm going to leave at least these two. And at least those two. If the other ones had been in there better, the ones in the backs are ready to fall out. It'd probably look kind of cool if two of these are back here. But I could still do that. I could take these off and put them toward the back. And then you'd have like two in the front and two toward the back, and then the whole journal inside. And then she incorporated a lot of these pages throughout. So I'll probably do that too. And then, yeah, those were fun, Mary, huh? Yeah, people were pretty good about that. I was kind of heavy-handed with everybody, though, so I never played the nice guy. But those were pretty successful. Very rarely did we have a problem. And that was the main reason I created that type of swapping, because if somebody flaked, it was just one page because you were only getting one from each partner. And that was the real reason I did that, because I figured, well, at least you get the other 4 pages as opposed to losing all of them to one person. Oh, thanks, Mary. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. All righty. Okay, so I guess we're in agreement. We've all agreed on the fabric. We agreed with the part of the fabric. We have agreed to keep some of these in here. We agreed to the signatures we end up putting in here, that we are going to have still look kind of, you know, aged, opposed to a modern look to it. And I guess that's the plan. I might look for, I have some other pictures that are bigger that might look better in there than the small one. Although that little small one does look kind of cute, doesn't it? It does look kind of cute in there. That is cute. Okay. Loose. Well, bamboo was in during this period of time. Believe it or not, it was popular in the turn of the century. Everything that had to do with exotic travel was very popular. At least here in the United States, it was. You got the right size, Lucy. Hey, you got it. We might be able to use it because that's what this is. Luz has one of everything. I would just probably love to walk through her house. This is about 4 inches, 4 by 6.5. And that'd make a really cool roll-up shade. Wouldn't that? That would be so fun. I believe you. Oh. Anyway, just for a really quick break, I'm going to show you guys what I found that's going to be part of the Silk Road collection. I hope you guys, those of you that are interested in that, I hope you think this stuff is as cool as I do. It just kind of blew me away. And then we'll ask a few more questions about the album, and then I have to obviously go on the hunt for all the stuff. And then we'll have to meet up again to work on it. Whoops. Now see, that's purple. You know it's purple. If it's blue, you know it's purple. I know you know. It's purple. Okay, thanks, Luz. Thank you very much. Let me get all this stuff out of the way. Ouch. That mosquito, I think he messed with me. I think he bit me 2 times. Anyway, aren't these beautiful? I love these. It speaks to me. These are parts of a yoke. They call them yokes. But if you sort of visualize like a vest, here's the neck. And then there would be a piece of fabric around right here that would go around the back and tie. And these were used during different ceremonies. And but this is the child size. And it's just got, you know, layers of most of these I think are like just 2 layers of fabric. Sort of like how they do the cantha quilts. And anyway, I'll just go through them real quick. Just show you. Sarah. When are you going to come over so we can do some stamping? Fabric stamping. I didn't even know you were there. Uh-oh. It's not liking all this prettiness. This has really pretty beadwork. And this is a dark blue, and it's looking kind of different. It doesn't look the same. Here, this one has a piece of that still left that would be tied around. Stop it. Uh-oh. Oh! I don't think it likes it. Too much. Too much. You get the idea. Yep, that's the last one. Anyway, I just thought these were so beautiful. This one's really heavy because of all the beadwork. And then one with all the, this one's really heavy too. And then one with the, well, this one isn't as heavy, but it still has its little weight to it. And this has lots of, this is a metal thread. That's pretty. Okay, so if I ever finish getting all those other things together, which I haven't, I spent a lot of time doing all the videos for the plaster workshop that's coming soon, and then I had 2 workshops here, so you know that took a lot of my attention, and then I had some other things I had to finish up for some special orders. Had to finish that before I could do anything else. So now I think I can start on figuring out what I'm putting in all that collection. I did cut up some of the Cantha quilts. In the sizes that I'm cutting those pieces in is a real fat quarter. So that's going to be the sizes of those, because I thought you'd at least make, if you decide to make a pillow, there's plenty. If you decide you're going to make journals, there's way enough for more than 2, maybe 3 journals. So it's a nice piece of fabric, and I figured that's what I would go with. Alrighty, so I'm gonna go on the hunt. I've got some grungy things I think I might want to use. Hold on, I have a lot of stuff left over from my eco printing that goes bad. I think some of these papers, along with, you know, just some coffee dyed or tea dyed paper, might lend to it looking like it's old. You know, that it might look like when we get the stuff in, it looks like it's had a lot of water damage. So if you had a couple of pages like that, it might, you know, kind of make it look authentic. And then I've got, you know, some nice size pages like that. You know, every now and then, just, you know, a real grungy something. And then the rest of them, they can just be regular. You know, regular. What else do I have here? Oh yeah, I got plenty of paper, but it's not big enough. What I have, see, just a regular size piece of paper isn't big enough. Not big enough at all. So I think what I'll have to do is get a bunch of mixed media paper in my large size and cut it to size. It won't be as wide, but at least it'll have the right height. And I'll copy dye some of that paper or tea dye it or something. I've got ledger book pages I can put in there. I have some pages from some old magazines. When I say old, I mean old. I've got some of those Dutch pages that I got from Patty. Those are old, from I think they're dated 1900. I got enough stuff. I do have enough. I just have to go on the hunt. I'll do that maybe tomorrow. Go on the hunt and see the kind of things I want to put in there. I know I have everything. I just gotta figure out what's going to go in. So I think it's going to look pretty cool. I think. Yeah, exactly. I do have stuff from that period. I have quite a few things actually. And maybe create like a little storyline. You know, you never know. I don't know how it'll end up, but usually I won't have a story. But then when I show it, I make up a story as I go, and that might end up being the story. Bye, Sarah. She's got to go watch her program. Oh, let me get this out. Okay, so are we all on the same page then? We kind of know what we're doing? Kind of, sort of? Oh, can't forget to use a little bit of the rest. I think I'm going to get my hinges and do some resting with my hinges and use them in there somehow. Maybe I'll put those out tomorrow because they're already rusty. I just got to print with them. I got this pan out there, just sitting out there, all my rusty bits. And then my big pieces, they're leaning up against the fence, just getting more rusty every day. All right, so that's done. And what else? What else do we have to discuss about it? Do you think of anything that I forgot? Oh, CJ, I got one of those albums that there's nothing redeemable of it because it used to be velvet. There's no velvet. It's shredding apart, literally shredding apart, front and back. And so we're just basically altering this album into a journal, but trying to incorporate enough of the original album to have a little bit of integrity of its age and what it is and what its original purpose was, and then put in signatures to turn it into a journal. And so we've been discussing, we picked out the fabric. We had options of fabric and then options of the area of the fabric, and we ended up with this one. So that's going to be on the cover because we're redoing the whole thing. And we're going to leave a couple of these. And we took out the rest because they were falling out. And that's pretty much where we are right now. Oh, Lucy, what are you going to do with yours? What are you doing with the rusty water? I've got, oh my goodness, I've got four of those gallon milk jug thingamajiggers full of rusty water. I put them with my Eco Dye. Is that what you do? I don't put it in all of them, but some of them. Our leaves haven't even changed yet. Our season is so late. Like normally I would be doing a bunch of my gum tree because those print so beautiful in the fall. And they haven't even changed yet. So, you know, yeah. Yeah, I did some the other day. It came out pretty cool. I had some orders. They wanted some really pale neutral ones, so I didn't put, too many Mortons in her at all. I just kind of left it the way it was. And they came out pretty cool. Oh, good night. Thank you for coming. Yeah. So I've got a bunch of dyes that I did the other day, just the boiling of different things. I've got like 4 or 5 jars in there. I've got some avocado. I have some. What else did I do in there? Oh, my black bean. I like to dye with my black bean, and 2 different kinds of onions. And what else did I do? Something else. I forget what it was. So they're all ready to go. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Yeah, that does make them feel really cool. Thank you, Mary. Notice I'm doing nothing else. I can only do one thing at a time. So, anyway, I guess that's the plan for now. I'm going to look for all the stuff. Oh, eco dyeing, it's everything is such a hit and miss with it. I love doing it. I thought, like I said before, I do something once and then I don't make the same kind of journal or nothing. So when I first did the eco dyeing, I thought, oh, that's cool. I probably won't do it again. And I've been doing it for 2 years now, and I'm just excited each time as the first time because you never know what you're going to see when you open that up. It's so much fun. And I don't know, it's just like reading a new book or opening up a present or something. It's different every time. And then as your seasons change, the exact same flower or leaf that you use is going to print differently depending on the season, because the tannin in your plants change with the seasons. So if you had one that you liked in the spring and then you try it in the summer and you don't like it, well, don't worry, try it in the fall. You might like it in the fall just as much as the one in the spring. Yeah. Well, I only do it here in my studio, and I do it with the windows open and with the exhaust fan on the stove. Um, I figure that way if I kill anybody, it's just me. But I already know which ones are okay. And if it's something I've never done before, I will, do a lot of information, get a lot of information on it and see if the fumes are toxic or anything. But usually they're okay. I know that the sumac that's up in the northeast part of the United States is very, very poisonous. I mean, like poison ivy type poisonous when it touches you. But the sumac down here is a different type, and it isn't. It doesn't affect anybody. So, and it prints really, really good. So I use that a lot down here during the fall. But because our fall hasn't even arrived yet, I haven't been able to use it. Night, Mary. Thank you for all your good ideas. I think we're using them all. Peggy, you don't like dyeing paper. Oh, I know about oleander. Dawn over in California. Well, she's not in California anymore. Um, she was dying with her oleander leaves, and I had to get her. Had to get in contact with her. I said, "Don't do that." She was in the house. She was boiling those things, and her cat was in there. I thought, "Oh my goodness, either her or her cat is going to just fall over dead." And then she went, la di da di da, boiling the oleander leaves in her kitchen. I said, throw that pot away. It was so funny. Yeah, I don't even like dyeing papers anymore. Well, I never really did like it, to tell you the truth. Um, I just did it for the effect, but I didn't like doing it. And then I would throw all my papers outside. People put them, in the oven, and then they ironed them. I throw them outside, let them go wherever they want to go and dry, and then fold them up. But there are a lot of leaves. I have a whole list of them that you cannot boil. I mean, you can boil them, but you don't boil them inside, because even though they're not poisonous to touch them, um, the fumes are, though, poisonous. There's quite a few. Yeah, you can do it outside. I have this little electric, what do you call it? You know what I mean? um, what do you call it? I even forgot what you call it. Come on, Darla. No, not a skillet. It's just a round electrical. Yeah, anyway. And so I plug that in outside. And then what I'll do is I'll bring my water, because it's kind of a slow pokey. I guess it doesn't have a lot yet. No, yeah, it's a burner. And so my stove in my studio is gas. So I'll get the water to a boil inside without anything in it. and then put it outside, and then it'll maintain, that simmer that you need when you're doing your eco dyeing. And then I just throw all the stuff in there, and it works just fine. You know, there are some ladies that use a crock pot. I never have, but they do. They do use the crock pot. But I have a bunch of you know pots and pans that have been gifted me, because I don't know why when I go to the secondhand place, I have a very hard time finding pots and pans, a big size. And it seems like everybody else that doesn't want them finds them. So now I have way too many. Everybody brings me a pot or a pan to do my eco dyeing with, and so now I have plenty. So the next time I do a workshop, we'll have more than enough utensils to use. So those little, I don't know if they still do it, but way back when you got a crock pot, they would give you that small little crock pot that's really pretty tiny. If any of you like working with beeswax or encaustic wax, that's a perfect little size, and it heats up to just the right temperature too. And that's a really cool thing, to just keep your wax in there and then just turn it on low, and it's ready for you to play with. And it's really small and compact. Put the little lid on, put it down somewhere, and it's pretty cool to use. The Little Dipper crock pot. Never heard of that. That's probably it. I don't know. I haven't ever used for the EcoDon. I haven't used a crock pot. But now just a little clue for you guys. Well, not if you're experienced. If you've already done EcoDyne, um, just a little heads up. You can do it in the microwave if you don't use any metal, and it works. Just a little FYI. Yeah, Peggy, it works. See, I've never done the oven either. I've only done on top of the stove. And the results are different. I've seen some ladies show side by side comparison, same everything, and they'll show you the steaming, the submersion kind, and the oven. And it does make a big difference. Oh, you're not a fan of the microwave. Well, ditch the microwave then. Yeah, I've tried that too, Kathleen. I think that's a pretty look. The last time I did my EcoDyne, I used my water, that my dye that I had gotten from my avocados, and so I boiled my avocados separately, saved the water, the dye, and then when I did my eco dye, I threw that in there, and they came out pretty yummy. I did my pecan tree. My pecan tree leaves really, really dye pretty. I think I've got. Hold on. I don't know if I still have the. I sold all the ones, I think, with the what do you call it, color. Yeah, I don't have the ones with the. I don't have the ones with the avocado, but this is, if you have access to pecan tree, this is how they have pecan tree prints. It's really pretty. These are all the ones I have left. And then these are the same leaves, but at the very end, I threw in a tiny bit of vinegar and some of my juice from my cabbage, and it turned the acid turned it this lighter blue color. And this was a weed. I don't know what that is, but it's some weed that was in my yard. Sometimes the weeds do the best. There's part of that weed there. I love how it looks. I don't know what that is. That is my hydrangea leaves. I love, 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 love hydrangea leaves. And oh, hydrangea. Yeah, pretty. And that's the pecan. And that's that. But there's a lot of, a lot of cool stuff people, ask, well, how do you do this and how do you do that? And, and it doesn't really matter how I do it, because when you, hey, Lorna, because you, depending on what part of the world you live in, changes the makeup of the leaves and the plants, the stuff in the air, what's in your ground, all those minerals and toxins are going to affect, and what's in your water too. Everybody's water is different. So, so just because my pecan tree looks like that, it doesn't mean yours is going to look like that. It's none of this, for people that have never done it before, they think it's like an exact science. You do this, this, and this, you're going to get this look. It doesn't happen. The best way I can explain to people, it's like, getting your jelly plate out and making a print, and then someone saying, how did you do that? I want to make one of those. Well, there's only one. You can't make it again. It's, it's just never going to look like the one that I just showed you. You might try the same kind of colors and the same kind of paper and even the same stencil. It's still not going to look anything like the one I just showed you. And that's the best way I can explain it. Because before I really got into it, I would ask questions, and the answers always seem so ambivalent, or not ambivalent, but seem like they were holding back. That's the best way I can explain it. And now that I know they aren't holding back. They're telling you the truth, well, I can't tell you how to do that because I don't even know how I did it. And I'm thinking to myself, how do you not know how you did it? I got plenty of things. I do not even know how it happened. I go and I try to replicate every little thing I did and hope I can get the same result. No, I can't even get the same result myself. So there's no way I can help anybody else get the results that I get, I know it sounds kind of funny, but it's the truth. It's almost like, how some people are really good cooks and you ask them for their recipe and they can't give it to you because they just throw the stuff in there. Or even if they do give it to you, you go home and you make it and it doesn't taste anything like what you just had from that person. It's funny, but it's just the way it is. I added red onion skins. Did you mean red or did you mean and found yellow? Yeah, especially the avocados, because there are so many different varieties of avocados, and depending where those avocados came from and what was in the ground in those avocados, everybody's avocado dyeing comes out different. It really does. Some comes out brownish and kind of dingy, and others come out this brilliant pink color and everything in between. Yeah, the red skins of the onions, it comes out a darkish color, almost, a brown, a dirty brownish. I mean, yeah, brownish purplish color. It's really actually kind of pretty. And if you just boil them, just to boil them, you get a nice color of dye. If you put them on the paper or the fabric, it does a nice print. See, my avocado dyes, I get a pinkish tinge to it, but I've never gotten the real pretty. The real pretty ones come from the Haas avocados. And in my part of the country, my grocery store does not have Haas avocados. And so I'm not getting that really rich color like some of them give. Peggy, I got a little book for that too that I made. And not that I use it all that much. I mean, at the beginning I made this little journal. And like I told you, I don't use journals. That's why this thing's practically empty. I did some eco printing my very first time on fabric. I didn't know what I was doing. Now that I look back, I did absolutely everything wrong. So nothing printed. But I thought, I'm not going to waste it. I'm not going to throw it away. So I made this little journal out of those pieces that went kind of wacky. And I decided it was going to be my eco printing recipe journal, right? Ask me how many things I've actually. Yeah. So I do have some things that I've put down. It's good for the fabrics and different kinds of little recipes. I guess I do have enough little things. I put papers, my favorite papers, and what I used for each kind of paper and the result I got for that. And different things about different kinds of gessos. Oh, and different plants that really print really nicely. I do like to use those. Every spring I throw some of those weeds in there. And there's this book I've been wanting to do. I don't know if I'll ever do it, but I just start writing things to my list. It's all a book about things that have to do with different trees. And so that's my list for that. And then some other things, different recipes over the years I've gotten. And then I don't even use those. I just do whatever I want to do. And then some natural dyes, like the things we just talked about, and different plants that are rich in tan. I guess I do have stuff in here. I didn't think I had anything. There's another journal I want to do. Now, this one I really want to do. I've been thinking about this for almost a year and a half. I don't know why I don't do it, but it all has to do with openings as far as like doors and gates and portals, things like that. I want that to be the theme. I want that to be in the journal. And then, so I started doing that and putting down their functions and things attached to them and doors, different names for the gates and the door. I just got all crazy. And then I started talking about the pulls and the locks and the door parts. And I went crazy. Still haven't done that journal. Still have not done that one. Different kinds of papers I want to make in the future. Haven't done that. Oh, here's my Silk Road thing that I'm working on. At least I'm halfway working on that. So that's good. And that's it. And that is it. So, so much for how I use my journals. That's about it. Yeah. Kathleen, I really want to do that journal really bad. I got all these ideas in my head. I've got a folder collecting different images that really inspire me, as far as that theme goes. I have things saved in my computer. I have little notations about those words and, like little poems connected to them. I think I got pretty much all the stuff, but then I get stuck on what I want the journal to look like and what the cover is going to be. And, I'm just stuck there. Stuck. One day it's going to come to me and it boom, it'll, probably be done in a day as far as the concept, but oh well. Oh, do it in here? Oh, this isn't speaking to me for doors. I think I want, when I do the door thing, for sure I want my cover to be wood. That's a given. I want it to be wood. I want to have an old-fashioned door plate on it. I kind of can envision the cover. And then, and then at one point I thought of a tunnel book as far as that theme, but then it just kind of fizzled out for me. It got too complicated in my head. I think it was just making it too difficult, and so that's why I didn't do anything. You got to try and keep it simple. Ooh, die cut gates. Where did you get those? I got to look for something like that. I don't have nothing like that. I've just got like pictures. I don't have anything real. Ooh, that sounds cool. I have little pieces of mica, but mine are small, just about like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I couldn't find it at the Mike in the craft store. I had to get it on Amazon. Oh, cool. Oh, lamp making. Very cool. There's so many things out there to learn that's interesting. They use the wood stoves for the little windows. Oh. The other day I was playing around with, I don't even know what it's called. You ladies probably know what it's called, but um you get clay. My brain's kind of dead. I can't think of the word for it. But you get clay and you um see, I can't even think of the next word. Anyway, I got plants from the yard and I made impressions in the clay and then created a dam around it and filled it up with plaster of Paris. And I guess they're called reliefs, right? Is that what you would call that? Miss Hottie's here. Is that called a relief? I guess it is. And I've been trying to make some reliefs with the um with the plants in the yard. And I think it came out kind of cute. It's over. I can't go get it right now. It's out. Ooh, I better get it out from where it is too. It might sprinkle tonight. But anyway, that's something I want to try to get into. I'm making a little small one right now. And because it's lightweight, I thought it would look really cool to put it like on a um, on a journal. Everything I think in terms of journals, of course. But I thought it looked really cute on something like that. And then I was making these little dolls. that was going on. Where did I put those things? These are those, when I was playing with the plaster stuff, I finally got some of those, I made these little clay. Can you see that? It's one of my plaster pieces there. These little clay dolls. I don't know if you can see them. I don't have my autofocus. It's probably just going to get blurry if I get close. And I have different sizes. Oops. Well, different shapes and different sizes. I don't know if his arm came broken or I broke it. I forget. I think I broke it. Yeah. Ha. Kind of cute. I easily amuse myself. Anyway, I don't know if you can actually see them. Yeah, these are made from clay. I forget what kind of clay. Not real, well, it is clay, but it's the air dry. I think it's, hold on, I'll show you what it is. I think it's the air dry stuff. I mean, I know it is. I didn't bake it. It's this stuff right here. That stuff. It's the air dry one. So no, this is some polymer. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what it's made of, but it's not the polymer clay that you bake. This is just air dry. So what it's actually made of, I have no idea. It just says modeling material. Yeah, it doesn't really tell you what's in there. Oh, wait, it does. Water, inorganic fillers, vegetable binding. Oh, ladies, you can even eat this. It's gluten-free. And that's all it says. The rest is in other languages. So that's it. Hi, Gina. We are fine so far. We're just trying to get into more artsy trouble along the way. Anyway, these were fun. It said to let it dry 48 hours. I let it dry for maybe just a couple of hours, and I popped them out of the mold, and then I left them alone for 48 hours because they were still kind of. And I think, I don't know, I think if I went that the head would come off because it's kind of thin there. But I'm not going to try and do that. And then, where's that other? How do I lose things so fast? Oh, and then these are made out of, I don't know where that mold is right now, but this is made out of like a puffy clay foam. I forget what it's called. I forget what this is called. But this stuff, it's pretty cool because you can't break it. It's just foamy stuff. Like right now, I could make the waist go in. Can you see that? And the other day I was playing around and I knocked the poor guy's head off, one of them. And so all I did with these is I painted them, I painted them kind of sort of like what, an off-white, and then I put some glaze over them, some dark glaze. Oh, I just knocked off the leg off this one. Some dark glaze, and then I put some kind of shiny something over it to kind of mimic, the bisque, but I was just playing with it and trying to see how close I could get it to look like the real ones, but you know what I mean. Oh, Gina, you must be exhausted. 5-year-old. Oh no. No, I didn't make my own molds. No. And then I put one on the cover of one of the plaster journals I did for the class. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Hey, Mo, hey, Larry. I put one of those guys in here just for the fun of it, just to try. But see, I got all the body parts and I have different sizes here. I forget the name of this stuff, but it comes in I don't have any more. Else I'd show it to you, but it comes in a container, sort of like, a round little thing like the spackling comes in. But it's used for making, like fake landscaping type stuff, like for when they set up model trains and stuff and they build the little houses and they have the styrofoam and they fill in gaps with stuff. Well, that is what its intended use is. But it's kind of foamy and obviously very light, and it's supposed to be used to fill in the gaps where you get the styrofoam together when you're building something. And so this stuff, you take it out with a spatula and you put it in, so it's pliable, and very lightweight and a little maneuverable, except for the legs fall off. But texturally, I mean, visually, if you're not going to be playing around and knocking the legs off or the heads, and you're just going to like glue it on something like that. But it's not good for using, like, for instance, like a piece of jewelry or something. You would have to coat this with something that makes it hard, which right now I can't think what that would be. Well, maybe some plaster Paris, very thin plaster Paris, paint it over and it'll get kind of hard, like, I guess. I don't know. But and so because the pieces part started falling off, I figured, well, I need to try the clay. It seemed a little sturdier, the clay. But if you're going to put it in something like this, I mean, you're not going to knock anything off because it's laying against something. So if you were to put it against like a piece of wood, it'd be fine. If you put it against a piece of wood, it'd be fine because it's not going to fall apart. But I wouldn't leave it like, freestanding, because you have a lot of issues. Okay, I better read what's going on here. Yeah. Oh, you need to get your oven back. Yeah, I don't have a little small. I think that's my next thing at the junk shop here. That's true. Yeah, this looks like an authentic one, doesn't it? Because none of them come whole. Well, that one doesn't have arms, so that's real authentic. But now I got to put a little something there to cover that white. Put some more of that dark stuff. But see, so you can see, I do something once, I get bored, and I have to find something else new to do. So this was a couple weeks ago. I did all these, and I did these, and I did that. And now, as you can see, I haven't done anything with these guys. So that'll be the next thing. And then yesterday or day before, I was doing all my soldering. Did you guys see my stuff I soldered? I had so much fun doing that. I don't know where that stuff is right now. I'll show you that real quick. Now I got on I was doing that for like hours the other day, a couple of days ago. And when I'll do that all again, who knows? Because I kind of got it out of my system. I had fun. And, I got to do something with what I already made. And so I probably won't do that for a long time. So now I'm on the hunt. Okay, what's the next thing? Now, after I get this thing done, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I have a plan, though. I have an idea. I can't say nothing yet because I don't know if it'll work. Okay, let's see. Anyway, I did these little things. I think they came out kind of cute. I'm sorry. I think they came out cute. Now, don't ask me about soldering. I am not an expert. I don't know how to do it. This is like, to do any of these, it's the first time I've done this. I know I did everything wrong, but I didn't care because I just want it to look old and grungy. And when you don't know what you're doing, that's what happens. It gets old and grungy looking. So mission accomplished. I felt very happy. The fact that I did not know what I was doing. Can you see that? I don't know. And so what's inside there is I've got like pieces of magazine, little words. I got a little piece of lace in there. I don't know if you can even see that. This is scrapbook paper with a little bit of lace. You can see through that. Some more lace. These are just little pieces of something, trim, that were connected together, and then I just cut them apart. And piece of scrapbook paper. I had a little butterfly on there, so I hate fussy cutting, but I fussy cut the little. And this is just some trim. I had some metallic stuff on it. Again, fussy cutting, don't like it. Little piece of lace. I didn't get to put the ring on that, but that's some more lace. I didn't even get to solder that one. That's before the soldering. And then I made some baby ones. I had this, I don't know if you can see it. It's a peacock feather, and that just came out of a napkin. There's a butterfly, came out of a napkin. Same napkin, peacock, with a little bit of trim of lace in there. I'm not sure what that was. I already forgot what that was. And that again is some napkin and some lace. A little trim and some lace. Oh, and I thought this one came out so cute. This is washi tape. Look how cute is that? The little birdie washi tape. And then I just put some little strings of fabric. I tore out some green strings to put down here. I should have put blue up there for the sky, but I don't know why I put green. But anyway, that. And what else? Oh, and I did this one. I turned this one into a crazy necklace. But there's a bird. That was, what was that? I think that was scrapbook paper or a book. I think that was out of the book. And then I just put lace in the background. And then some more lace. And then I just put some stupid beads that I had to see how it would look like. That would look cute dangle on a journal, I think. That's just my opinion. And then the one that I had the most fun with is this one. Is that cool or what? I don't care if you agree with me or not. I think it's cool. Agree or disagree? I don't care. Ooh, wouldn't that look cool if that wasn't there? My next journal. Look at that. Cool. Thank you, Hottie. That was exciting. Please give me the pick. Okay. So anyway, so these were a lot of fun to make. Seriously, they really were. And I didn't look. Oh, I forgot one. There we go. That was fun. So when I'm going to make some more of these, who knows? I'll be off to my next adventure. I got to figure out what I'm going to do with these. I'll probably go in little journals and stuff or whatever. I don't know yet. But that was fun to do. Okay, let me read. Let me read. Okay, I will check the email, Luz. Thank you very much. Oops, I better scroll up. I better scroll them up. Hold on. Oh, Peggy, I like how you're thinking. Listen to what Peggy said I can do with these. Holy moly. Okay, where are my things? Now I can't find the stuff. Oh. Peggy has a brilliant idea. All I got to do is put another ring here. And look. Suspended art. How cool is that? I might have to put here and here too. So it won't go like that. Very cool. I'm getting inspired. Oh dear, I might have to make some more because that's the only long one I have. These are too small, I think. They won't work. Yeah, they're kind of dinky. They kind of get lost in the page. But the big one would work. Yes, sirree, bub. I like how you think, Peggy. That's why I like to do this with everybody, because people have ideas I would never have. All right. Let me go back. There might be other ideas I missed. Okay, back to loose. Okay, I will check the email. Yeah, I think they would make cool charms. Yep. Yes, go and steal your hubby's soldering iron. Yes, I wish everybody could come and play at my house. Okay, so what kind of copper tape? The copper tape I use is the stuff that is for stained glass. You go, go to the stained glass section of wherever, whether it's Amazon or Hobby Lobby or wherever it is you go, and they have the stained glass stuff. They will have the tape. And it comes in different widths. So depending on what you're going to use it on, I got the more narrow one so that, and then all these I don't know if I have any plain ones right now, but these are the microscope slides, and that's the size they come in. And then all of these, I just cut these in half. So out of one slide, I create one of these because I have all this stuff sandwiched between the two halves. And then you just wrap it and then do your thing. Okay. No, I did not follow a particular video. I looked at several videos. There's oodles of them. And to me, none of them really told you everything. So I kind of had to bounce around and, and figure it out. Lindsay, what's her face? What's her name? Lindsay Frugal Crafter. She's got 2 or 3 videos of it. I watched hers. And then there's this other lady, I don't know her name, never heard of her. It was an old video. It was like 10 years old. And she did. But if you just type in beginner soldering or soldering, some of them say soldering 101 and things like that. You'll just have to watch a couple of them. And they each tell you something different. They're not contradicting themselves, but they just have a little different approach. And then you just figure it works for you. Yeah, I know. A lot of people have all this stuff from different projects. Yeah, you could wire them too, definitely. Good night. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Okay. Oh, it's 5 small ones. Oh my goodness. I'm liking all these ideas. Mima just got here. We've been here forever. We're wrapping it up. You're gonna have to watch the replay. Yeah, we did a lot of things. Lots of stuff. We went through. Look at all the stuff we went through. Tore up a journal, figured out how we're going to redo the journal. We selected the fabric for the journal. We know the direction we're going. We did castings. We reviewed soldering, reviewed plaster. What else? Oh, eco dyeing. You name it. I think we covered it tonight. And Tanya's so excited she's back. Wondering what she missed. Yeah, we've been very busy. We've been very busy. Oh, Mary's gone. I was going to show her a find that I had. It's one of those celluloid ones. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. But now I have people looking for me. So I may not get out, but other people do. So my friends are on the hunt. And they found me another album. And, it needs repair, but not as much as the one that I gilded. That one needed quite a bit of repair. That's why I covered the whole thing up. But this one, I think, I don't know. I'm not going to do with it, but I think I can do the repairs. I'll just get it for a second. And that'll be the last show and tell, I think, for the evening. Now see, if this journal goes well and I like the way it looks, I might have to do that with this one. Because the latches don't work and almost all of the things on the inside are all torn up. But this still looks kind of cool. Almost all of the velvet is gone. You know, the flocking from the velvet. It's got a nice big hole right there. But the cover is actually in really good condition. It looks like it was kind of burnt or something there. It looks like it got melted. Maybe somebody smoked or something. And there's a little burn spot right there. And it has a little water damage right here, but I don't care. I like that. We do that to paper all the time, right? We damage our paper with water. So that doesn't bother me. But we have a cut right there, which, and there's one right there. The cut itself doesn't bother me so much, but you know it's going to spread because of just the composition of the material. And there's a little crack there, a little crack there. I'm not worried about that either. But this one has already split, and you can see, you know, what's underneath, and that one has split. So the easy fix is for me to get my vintage tape and just put the tape over it, and it's done because it's already distressed here. So we'll just, you know, distress it there too. That's one option. Do the same thing there. That would not hurt my feelings at all. At all. And then the inside, as you can see, it's in really rough it's flying in the wind. It's in really rough shape. These are all falling apart. I mean, they're missing completely. So, oops, let me get that out of the way. And it's kind of cute because it has all these little flowers and it looks like it was only used maybe in the front because as you go further back, I don't think so many pictures were put in and out of it. It looks a little bit more, oh, I spoke too soon. That one's a mess. But you can tell it's a lot more stable. This one's in perfect condition. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that one. But if you tried to put a cabinet card in there, all that would tear because of the age. It's brittle. That one's in perfect condition. This is torn right here. Oh, that one's a whole mess in the back. Here's some pieces, parts. Now this one's in perfect condition. And so is that. For now. That one's in good condition. And I love these little small ones. And look what a mess. But I still like them. I don't care. I like them like that. That one's all messed up too. And here. Oops, see, I tried to straighten it out and it just tore. And perfect condition. How cool is that? So anyway, that one again is, you know, now I could do one of two things. I could get the ones that look pretty good and maybe put them toward the front and do this one again like I did that other one with the box and put the journals inside, you know, inside of the little secret box. I don't know. I'm not sure, but it's, you know, it doesn't close. It doesn't have a proper closure of any kind. And this needs to be repaired because you may not be able to see it, but I mean, if you look at it the wrong way, it's going to tear. It looks pretty, but it's going to tear. And that one already has a hole right there and stuff like that. But anyway, I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, Renee, if you have some, you should try it. Am I going to start again? No, I don't think so. Oh, I have to go. All the things I have to do now, I have to go on the hunt for that other journal. Can't do that on camera. I got to go scavenging, looking for goodies to put in there. I know I'm going to use, I know some of the papers I'm already going to use because I've been stockpiling some stuff. But, I got to put some stuff that, isn't so old or valuable because you got to be able to use the journal. That's my pet peeve, I guess. I don't know if it's a pet peeve, but um, I wish people used their journals. And I'm being a hypocrite because I don't use journals, but I don't buy other people's journals either. So it isn't like I buy the journal and then I don't use it. I wish people used their journals. But I understand, some people put so much effort into the journal making that it's just a piece of art. And I get that. I don't make journals like that in general, occasionally I will, but in general, I like people to use their journals. Like I just made a journal and it's what I call a naked journal. I mean, I'm not completely done, but I do call it a naked journal because I want someone that gets it to use it. And I really, I mean, I'm serious. I like people to use journals. Now, it's not done yet, but so no judging. I think my cover might be done. I don't know. Um, Now, this was, what was this? Oh, I was some kind of old book. I altered the book and and I made this cute little tie. I don't know if anybody's going to like it, but I kind of like this closure. It's a little different, right? And then I just put a little something in the back to keep the closure in place. So if you don't like a closure like that, you can take the whole thing out and nobody will know the difference. But I thought it was kind of cute. Something a little different. Okay, so there is, and again, it's simple. I don't make them elaborate. All this is, I didn't do the foo-foo thing. I just put, a little bit of lace here, a little bit there. Even to me, that's like over foo-foo for me. But, you got to give the people what they like. Okay, so now I don't put pockets and all this stuff and everything. What I do include in my journals is I will make maybe 2 different kinds of little holders where I put a lot of embellishments that average, not an average, I shouldn't, that's not the right word I mean, that a journal maker would put, in the journal. I don't do that, but I give you ephemera so that you can do it. I want this to be your journal, not my journal, So anyway, so I consider this naked. Now, some of the ephemera I have, I'll stick it in there, but that's about as much as I do. I don't do too much more than that. Not on these anyway, not on the ones I call naked. But I want you to write in them. I want you to put things in there. I want you to glue in them. If you draw, I want you to draw in them. Whatever it is you do, I want you to do it. And you can't do that with all that foo-foo stuff in there. And people that get my journals, they tell me that they do use them. I think these are fun. I just dried some of my flowers in my yard. So see, I mean, there's like nothing in these journals. And then there's room for your stuff there. And here's a little place to put your stuff. I just covered her little bosom up. No, I'm kidding. It just ended up there. And I like to put a tiny little piece of fabric here and there. I love fabric. As you all already know. Fabric, 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 fabric. And birds and flowers. All my favorite things. Little birdies, a little flowers, a little piece of fabric. Another little place to put some stuff. Anyway, so you get the idea. Naked. Naked, naked, naked. So in here, I'll include like maybe 2 pockets, envelope type things, full of the stuff that, you know, somebody else would have probably had tucked and pinned and all the kind of stuff for you to do it. So it can be your journal. So those are the kind of journals I like to do. And that's what I call naked. Oh, lightly embellished. Oh, I like how Darla thinks. I like how she thinks. Okay, what did I miss while I was flipping? Oh, she buys them and makes them. I don't use them. See? Oh. You don't know what to do with it. A huge dragon. Oh my goodness. Oh, I got me. Oh my goodness. Okay, I know I told you last show and tell, but I'm getting a little delirious thinking about this that I got. You guys all know Renee, right? You all know Renee. I ordered something from her. And of course what I ordered, you know, I love it. But Renee knows my taste. She knows everything I like. She knows me very, very well. I didn't order any of this. I did not order any of this. And she sent all of this to me. Hold on, let me put this down. I don't want to put it on the floor. I don't want to mess that up. For those of you that don't want to go to bed yet, I will show you. I never do Happy Mail stuff, but you're here and I'm here, and this stuff is really all pretty cool. Okay, so she knows that my favorite things are anything that has to do with Asian, anything that has to do with peacocks, anything that has to do with elephants. She knows that's pretty much the kind of stuff I like. And then anything that kind of accents those things. So, of course, she had to send this beautiful red something, whatever that is. And then these really beautiful Asian pictures. Some postcards. Now, remember, I didn't order any of this. And an envelope. All kind of handwriting. Oh my goodness. Excuse me. I think something flew. Something flew out of here into my mouth. Looks a little bit like poppies. Maybe, maybe not. Notice she's following a color theme, you know. She's real good at that. And then some more pictures. She knows I'm a glue person. So this all goes with the Asian look. She knows I'll do something with these. Of course, map of Asia. Jasmine, she knows a flower, Asian flowers, writing. Japan studies, history of Japan, government of Japan, another map. And she knows I love bugs. Okay. She knows I love the bugs. And she knows I like black and white. Oh, that was probably for Hawaii. That's probably why she sent that. Asian writing. Arkansas map. That's where I am. Some more Asian stuff. She knows I love the flowers. Look at all these flowers. Woohoo. And look at this. Gifts from Asia. Aha, look. Very Asian with the fan. And you know, I still haven't even showed you what I ordered. We'll get there at the end. You might have to get yourself off the floor. Some paper. I'm shocked it wasn't an Asian song. Man, she's slipping. And look how pretty. You know, I can turn that into Asian in 2 seconds. And then she knows that goes with the other look I like, you know, with the elephants and the peacocks and everything. And she's going still with the yellows and the reds. She followed her own little theme. Her Happy Meal even has a theme. Oh my goodness. Okay. Remember now, I didn't order any of that. And I didn't order any of this either. Look how, whoops, oh, look how cute. Another little Asian thingamajigger. Very pretty trim. Asian button. Red fabric. Red trim. She knows I play with all kinds of pieces of fabric. Card, you can't see, but it has an Asian figure in there. Oh, these are like some kind of stickers or something. Fall foliage. And some little pieces. More little small little cute pieces. Buttons, red of course. Some gold. Red. Oh, all these little cute little tags. Haven't gotten to what I ordered yet. Asian. This is cool. Oops. She knows I like the flowers. Flowers, flowers, flowers. Red and yellow. Some more Asian writing. This is still all Happy Meal. More letters. Envelope. Oh, kitty cat. Yellow and orange. And it's very rare I see a napkin I haven't seen before. Look at that. Never seen that napkin before. I love it. Okay. This is silk. Very beautiful silk. A nice big piece of silk. What does that say there? I don't know what it says. Oh, no wonder it's backwards. Venus jewelry. Oh, I'm trying to read it backwards. Duh. Venus jewelry. I don't know what that means. It must mean Venus jewelry. Okay. And that same small one, I got a large one. Look how gorgeous is that. And she knows I like orange. Don't let Jennifer see this. That pretty tapestry. And some more Asian. Look how pretty. Still happy nail. Oh gosh, she spoils everybody. Okay. And then look at these colors. Isn't that beautiful? Just gorgeous. Okay. Oh, and look at this beautiful bag. It looks like one of her avocado bags. Okay, let me try and get all this. Whoops. Oopsie. Let me try and get this up in there. Okay, so my buddies always look out for me. And when they see something they think I might like, they let me know, right? Okay. So Jennifer Jane, she contacts me and she says, oh, I saw that fabric that Renee had for sale and I was going to go get it and it's gone. So did you get it? Because she knew it'd be something. Jennifer and I like the same stuff. And she goes, did you get it? And I said, no, what fabric? It's gone already. She goes, yeah, on her last video, blah, 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 blah. So I go over to the last video and, she shows this fabric and, and of course, it's gone already. So I contact Renee and I say, Renee, you're always running around finding all this cool stuff. If you find anything similar to that again, will you please, let me know because I would be interested. And she goes, oh, well, I still have that piece. And I said, what? Well, what happened was in the video, she says, I'm going to go list it right now. She never listed it. So she still had it. So I said, I want it. So I got to message Jennifer later and said, guess what? She was happy for me. I'm going to share with her anyway. She was happy for me. Okay. Alrighty, here we go. Get ready. Get ready, everybody. This is still in the original box. She threw in the card because, again, she's color coordinating everything, right? She's got her red and her yellow going. That's from Renee. Okay, put that up there. And I'll emphasize it the way she did. She goes, look, no English words anywhere. Nowhere. It's on the original box. And then she got all mad because somebody put some regular tape on there. She goes, they don't know anything about preserving this stuff for us journalers. So that has that tape. I got to see if maybe if I can steam it off or something. I'm not sure. And then somebody, when they resold it somewhere in a shop or something, they put the sticker and it's kind of sticky. I think I can get this off with Goo Gone. But I'm afraid to take this off because I'm sure the tape is going to pick up all that gold. So I'm not sure if I'm even going to mess with that at all. But I will try and take this up because it's just white. But this is all embossed. I don't know if you guys can. Let me see if I can. No, I don't. Oh. Can you see that right there? Embossing. Anyway, the whole thing is embossed. It's really pretty. Okay, now. Look at this. Now, I can't even explain to you. You know how Michelle always says it's lush? Michelle has not touched Lush until she touches this. Okay? I'm just saying, if you're listening, Michelle, you don't even know what Lush is, girl, until you touch this. It is super soft, yet thick at the same time. It's really kind of hard to explain. But I'm not even going to be able to show you all of it because of my camera. But this is yardage. This is yardage. And it's got, I do not read Japanese, so I do not know what that says. But I wish you could see all the colors and how I can't even explain it. And then there's a crane here. Oh, let me see. Let me find his legs. Let me find his legs. There's his legs. And look at that beautiful blue-green. Here's another crane here. I think there was 4 cranes. Oh, and then there's another one here that's in flight. Smaller one in flight. And then 2 here together. I guess the mama and the papa. But anywhere, there is a little over 2 yards of this fabric. And you know that this came from, would be a beautiful kind of kimono type garment, gown, something. But all this is fabric as opposed to, it's yardage as opposed to a piece of a clothing. But it's like the highest quality that I have felt in a long, long time. It's just gorgeous. That's all I can say. It's gorgeous. So anyway, that's That's what Jennifer saw on the video. She thought I had snatched it when I hadn't. And her thinking that I had snatched it led to the opportunity for me to snatch it. So, well, I'll fold that later. I have to like lay that out on the table to fold it right, I think. Yeah, cranes are good luck and prosper. Anyway, I'm folding that wrong already. So I'm just going to leave it alone before I make a bigger mess out of it. And I'll fold that when I get off of here. Whoops! Just practically knocked over my soldering pan. Oh. Kathleen. That's so funny. I'll cut out an inch square and send it, and you can send it to everybody. Oh, and look at the inside, because you know how beautiful those fabrics are, because they get how they get woven. Even the inside's beautiful. Look at that. I mean, you can't lose. You could wear this thing inside out, and it looks beautiful. Look how pretty that crane looks. Those colors. But anyway, you never know. You know me. I mean, I like things and I hold on them for a little bit and then I let go of them. So I'm not one. I am a short-term hoarder, not a long-term hoarder. So this may end up on some Silk Road sometime soon. You never know. You never know. You're a long term. Yeah, I'm just short term because in my mind, I only can keep certain amount of things. And then, of course, if I find something else, well, I have to get rid of something else to get the new things. So that's why I consider myself a short term. Okay, ladies, any other questions? We've been on here way too long. You know we have. And I'm ready for, even though I had supper. Did I have supper? Yeah, I had supper, but I'm hungry. It was all that rock moving I did. You guys heard about my rock moving. I moved rocks all day today. I felt like I was in a chain gang. I hope there's no sales tomorrow because I might have to come back on to give you guys some relief. I'm sure there are. Matter of fact, somebody on somewhere on Facebook, they said they have one tomorrow. Who has one tomorrow? It's somebody we know. Oh, Luce does. Oh, we can't, I think. I can't remember. Yes, Kathy. Big ones like those. We had a whole bunch. We've been moving them all day long. Well, they were bigger than the ones that are in front of the studio right now. They're a lot bigger than those. And now we have filled up the gap, or we are filling up the gap between where you walk into the yard that goes into the studio area over to where you go into our back porch. We're filling all that in. So Inspired Art by Mary in the Morning. Do I know who that is? I don't think so. There's a lot of people I don't know. Oh, loses at 3. That's 3 Eastern time, correct? No, what we did is my husband, he has this little technique. He has something like heavy, and we go like this. Ugh, ugh, ugh. And we make a lot of noises like old people. Ugh, ugh. And then we have to level it off. So he gets the pick and he lifts up this end, and then I get the shovel and I shovel stuff in to try and level it. And then of course you know what happens. Now it's not level on this side. So I gotta put stuff over here. And then it's not level over here. So then I have how it is. So I'm just like shoveling all day long while he's lifting up these rocks. And they're halfway flat. They're gonna look pretty cool. I'm telling you, it's gonna look cool. And with all the stuff my husband has, some back problems from work and things like that. But he says that for some reason, shoveling does not hurt his back. It's the weirdest thing. He can't get on his knees. Like if he had to, like when he does electrical or something, he has to get on his knee and work on something, whatever, plumbing or whatever it is. If he has to get on his knees, if he does that for very long, when I say very long, I mean like even just 15, 20 minutes, the next day, his back is killing him. But he can shovel dirt all day long and it doesn't bother him. It's the oddest thing. So, it's just that position hurts his back. Hottie's there. I've often wondered, why do people waste their time? Why don't they go do something they enjoy? Unless that is what they enjoy. You know what? There's this lady. I'll end with this. There's this lady. Her name's Victoria. She does batik um, um, clothing. She's a batik artist basically, and she does beautiful clothing and everything like that. And she shows on her videos every stage. You could learn from her if you watch it. And one of the stages is after you have finished, all of the waxing and the dyeing and all that kind of stuff. She boils water and she has to put the stuff in the boiling water so that that releases all the wax. Okay. Well, she had the saddest video on today. I don't know if it was posted today or yesterday, but um, she had the saddest video. At the end, she's in tears because there's people that have these fetishes about clothing being dunked in water. And they say the ugliest, rudest things to her in her videos. And even though she, as you know, you block a person, they just get a different identity. And they've been harassing her with these sexual fetishes to the point that at the end of the video, she's in tears because, she's a very kind, open person giving all this information free, how to do an art form that most people would, have to pay to learn. And she's very good at what she does. And she has a very giving, open heart. And she doesn't understand why there's people like that. She really doesn't get it. And it hurts her. I mean, she takes it very, very, it's hurtful to her. There's some people that get mad. There's some people that, whatever. But she's genuinely hurt because she's a kind person and she just does not get how people could be so cruel and be so nasty. And so she's taken them off and she's there basically saying she's not sure if she's even going to post videos anymore because, because of the reaction that she gets. So, who would think an innocent thing like doing, art of that form is going to bring the perverts, out from underneath the rocks to harass her to the point that she's in tears. It's really sad, really sad. But That's the way it goes. And then she also mentioned that she used to do the videos on Facebook, and that even on there, and she's pretty. She's a young woman, she's attractive, she's talented, and that people on Facebook, when she was doing her videos, and it must be her own group she's talking about, that there was people there body shaming her. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, get a life, people. Look in the mirror. And so she was discouraged by that. So, that then she was doing the stuff on YouTube, and now she's got the perverts after her on YouTube. So this poor girl, she just can't win, you know. And some of us, it can just roll off our back and we just take it for what it is. But then there's that really take it to heart like she does, and it's really sad that the only way out she feels is to not not do her videos. And you can tell when she does them, she's a born teacher. She loves teaching you how to do this and her designs and all that kind of stuff. And you can tell she's just so discouraged. I think she's at the brink of just shutting down her YouTube and just during workshops at her house or something like that. But it's just really too bad. Um, what she probably should do, or I think would be beneficial for her, is if she just set up a Patreon, because I don't think all these perverts would pay money, or maybe they would. Who knows? I mean, maybe they would. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, because I'm thinking these guys come on because it's free, and they're just trolling everybody. But I don't. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm just thinking maybe they wouldn't pay. Like if she charged everybody $1 or $5 or something, would they? Maybe they would. Maybe they would pay $1 to be a pervert, on their page. I don't know. I don't know. Um, yeah, yeah, Angela. There's a lot of that, unfortunately. There's a lot of that. Oh gosh, poor Brooke. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to, I guess, well, it's complicated. It's really complicated because you know there's those people that it doesn't really bother them, and in all aspects of life, they can just kind of let things roll off their back, and there's certain people that can do that with almost all situations. And then there's some people that when it comes to what they do that comes from their heart, whether it's teaching or creating something or sharing something that they've made personally, and put their heart and soul into it. It may not be so easy for stuff like that to roll off of their back because it is so personal. And then they turn it into something negative or nasty or whatever. um it's just really hard. People don't realize how hard it is to put yourself out there in the first place. And then you get past the point of allowing yourself to put yourself out there, and then you're in a really, really vulnerable place. YouTube, any social media, you're very vulnerable. And like the other night, Jessica was saying, that people don't realize that you're basically letting people into your home. Like right now, you're in my home. I'm showing you my stuff. You're hearing noises. You know that my dogs are over there probably chasing a skunk, and I have to run over. It's like you're at my home. And so, so when you get a pervert to come into your home, for some people, it's extremely unnerving because they do feel like they've come into their home. And then you put on top of that, if you have children, because she told me that she won't even allow her children to watch her videos because they would have to maybe read stuff in the comments. So she doesn't even let her children watch her own videos, which, that right there is kind of sad. Um, so, and then if you stop and look too, if you look at most of the people that are critics, they don't even have a I mean, they have to have a channel obviously to comment, but they're not content creators. They don't have anything. They don't have any videos up there. So it's just kind of, you know. Well, that's what somebody had suggested to her, Darla, but because she's teaching, she gets all oodles of questions. That's how she communicates with the people. It's almost like she's conducting classes for free. So she gets a lot of questions and stuff, and so she gets the feedback. So she feels if she can't have the interaction with people, then why even do it? Because they're not going to know what she won't be able to answer them. So they'll be left like, huh, what did she say? Or how did she do that? So because of that, that's why she's thinking, well, why even bother to do it? Oh, I know, Angela. Yeah, I've seen some stuff, but we're just yeah. It's just a matter of the way I look at it. It's really kind of simplistic. It's not fair, but it's simplistic. If you can handle it, stay. If you're the personality that can't handle it, well, you need to go, because it's why put yourself through something that makes you feel bad? Why do that to yourself? There's plenty of other avenues that can make you feel good. And we all need to find those avenues if it makes us feel good. Like that one journal I was doing, I was really ambivalent. I was doing, I think I did only 2 videos about when I used to be a Mexican. And I'm going to continue, but I stopped it for a short period of time because I was getting the nastiest remarks. And I was blocking so many people. And then all of a sudden I said, you know what? I said, I'm not going to block anybody. I'm going to let them show who they are. I'm willing to put myself out there and show who I am. And if they aren't, adult enough to hide the nasty person that they are, let everybody see it. I don't care. I'm not going to say I didn't. Um, it bothered me at first, and it bothered me a lot because it was on my mind a lot. And so I said, why should I be doing this? Why am I putting myself out there? Why do that? You know, but then the flip side is you would not believe the beautiful comments, the things that people were telling me, because different things I was saying reminded them about, their parents or their grandparents or their aunt or their uncle, and they remembered this and they remembered that, or they remembered this song or something they hadn't thought about in a long time. And all these things was giving them happy memories. And so I thought, just because of a few jerks, why would I not want to continue, putting myself out there? Because that was very, very personal, as opposed to just, making a journal or showing you stuff on a bunch of junk I'm showing you now. None of this stuff to me is personal. I'm just sharing fun stuff. But that other journal that I was doing, that was personal. And so I did have to put a stop for it for a short period. I'm going to explain when I put my next video out exactly why. It has nothing to do with what I just told you right now, but I will explain why I put a temporary stop to it. And then I have a few pages already done, and I'll share that with you guys. But I had to let a little bit of time go by before I addressed it. So, but I think I'm ready now. I think I can do it now. Right. Don't give him energy. I know this one person that had made a couple, maybe two comments. Um, and I made a comment, a couple of comments back to them. I felt in a, I was trying to not give an emotional answer. I tried to give more of on an intellectual plane. And she ended up removing herself. She removed her comment. I don't know if she's still watching, but she removed her own comment, which I thought was interesting. I think, I mean, I'm just tooting my own horn here. I think it was more because of how I made her look through my words as opposed to how she looked through her own words, because she probably obviously she didn't see anything bad in what she said, or she didn't think it made her look bad. But I think what I said to her, she probably thought made her look bad. And so she removed the whole. So I didn't even have to do it. She did it herself. So that was good. You know, Luz, um, Shannon Green told me a long time, you have not arrived until you get thumbs down. So you're happening, Luz. You're in good company. You know, even the best YouTubers out there, they get thumbs down. It's just people, you know, people just get their kicks that way. And remember, when it comes to YouTube itself, it doesn't matter if it's up or down, it's all interaction, and you get um, the same, what's the word? YouTube sees it all the same. So yeah, you've arrived. Yeah, you're up there, right there with Shannon Green. She gets thumbs down every time. There's at least 3 people that can't stand me because every time I put a video, those same 3, I'm sure it's the same 3, give me a thumbs down. And I get kind of discouraged sometimes when I only see 1 or 2 thumbs down. Think, hey, wait a minute, that third one hasn't watched my video yet. Where is she? Yeah, I don't care about that anymore. I used to. I don't care about it anymore at all. There were none. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. That's very true, Darla. And speaking of feeding, I'm still hungry. I don't know what I'm going to go eat. I got to go see, because I don't think we have any leftovers. We didn't have that much. And I had these really yummy baked potatoes that I made with all kinds of neat spices and olive oil and all kinds of yummy stuff. And there was like 4, I cut them up in different big, large chunks. And there was 4 pieces left. And I chopped them up and each dog got one. So I know there's no leftovers. The dogs got them. Yes, I'm going to sleep well tonight after all of that chain ganging I did today. And I'll be good. I'll be good. All right, ladies, again, thank you so much for helping me figure out what I'm doing with my journal, for letting me yak and show you all my crazy stuff that I have going on, and my projects and what I hope to do and what I've done and probably what I'll never do again. And I'm not sure when I'll come back because I don't have a schedule. That's another thing. I don't do a schedule because I don't want the pressure. I just come on when I want to have fun with you guys, and hopefully you guys are around. But I am going to be on the hunt for the stuff that I'm going to put in that journal. I think it's going to look pretty cool, actually. So, Luce, I guess we'll see you tomorrow. I don't want to go shopping, but I like Luce's stuff. I can't deny that at all. So, everybody, if you like fabrics and cool stuff, are you having fabric, Luce? I always think about fabric when I think about you, but she has other stuff too. She has her handmade stuff also. Yeah, no schedule. That's my kind of thing. Okay, 3 o'clock Eastern time at Luce. If you don't know her and don't know her channel, she just made a comment. Go up there on those 3 little dots. Go to her channel, subscribe, and you will get the notice in case you forget tomorrow. 3 o'clock Eastern time. Luce is on the loose. Okay. All right. Thanks again, you guys, and talk to you guys soon. Good night.